Retribution! Jenna, it's been so long! How are you?
Oh, I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to get into this, Bianca. How are you?
Daddy, no, I am. I had an amazing weekend. I hope everybody else had an amazing weekend. And now this is the perfect way to start our Monday, first day of the work week, as we're going to be casting for the lovely AEL Season 3. This is the first game AEL running back up. Last season, we were here together. Season 2 now, we're here together. They brought us back. It's like we've combined forces to be the ultimate power. And it's Season 3 now.
Yeah, we're pretty beautiful. We're pretty amazing together. We got a great lineup of games for you guys tonight. But before we get into that, let's look at the league standings. We've got not too many games going on so far. We only got one game on the board so far. U.S. Army Esports and Orgless Goobers. Orgless Goobers took the L on that, unfortunately. It was a game that was played off camera. Unfortunately, U.S. Army didn't have time to play it on camera, which is unfortunate, but we move. They did get the win, and they will move on. They got that 6 points. Orgless Goobers ended with 1 point on the board. And now, Bianca, are you ready for tonight's game?
I'm ready for the big first official casted streamed game of Retribution with AEL and my favorite co-caster, my favorite person to cast with, Miss Jenna Freesh.
Woo! We got Generation ESS and to be determined. Let's look at that head-to-head, baby. All right.
A lot of content here.
Yeah, a lot of content going on. Yeah, clearly there isn't a whole lot of stats to look at for both of them because this is the first game of the season. However, as the narratives get created, as the games get played, we will have a little bit more to look at. But this is a great snapshot of what there is to come for the season. And can we give a little quick round of applause for Kylo? I mean, look at the production so far. He put his blood, sweat, and tears into doing this production, into leveling this up. I mean, the man, the myth, everything behind the camera. He is insane. He is crazy. Give it up for him. All right?
He deserves that kudos. I don't think production at any league that I've casted for has been this touching. Not necessarily touching, but you could tell that Kylo cares. He does all this type of stuff, and you can tell that it really comes from the heart. So I gotta say, out of every single league, AEL, I come in full glaze like Kylo, and AEL is a big, beautiful donut. I'm glazing it because AEL's got pride like no other league, let me tell you that.
Insane. Insane, insane. T1, T2. Let's look at both of those teams. Absolutely. Generation ESS. We got A1X, Ethan, Willie, Joju, and then we've got Cryptic on the board. I actually haven't seen any of these players before, so I'm excited to see the new talent, see what they have to offer, see what roles they're going to play, how well they're going to play, who's going to come out on top, and whatnot. What do you got, Bianca?
Now, let's see for the next team because, I mean, not a lot of stats for us really to analyze. Like we said, it's the first game. So basically, we're just looking at their name and seeing, who's going to stick out tonight on the side of to be determined, which this is quite literally their name. I thought that, we were determining the team. No, this is their name, at least for now. I don't know if this is what it's going to be. If it's to be determined, it's to be determined. But we got Nyx, Soul, Retro, Unstoppable, and Flaker. I recognize Retro from Retrospector, and Kylo was telling me that Nyx was an ex-pro. Maybe you guys recognize that name. Personally, I don't recognize anybody else, so we'll see who is going to leave an impact and leave their footprint in the snow for this game on either team. We'll see which of these games sticks out the most.
Alright, fellas, take a look at the map bands. Don't you just love this new animation we got going on for the map bands? Again, giving it up for Kylo. We got Lair off the board, we got Skyscraper off the board, Border and Clubhouse all the way off. Skyscraper and Border, they're two pretty obvious picks alongside Lair. Clubhouse, a little bit interesting, alright? I guess we don't want to be going on that basic map. Night Haven's also going off the board, and Bank as well, which leaves one map now. We got Chalet with Cafe and Consulate off the board. What are you thinking, Bianca?
I like Chalet. Despite Chalet being one of those maps that is back of the hand, everybody plays it. I would say it's like big 3 of the maps. I would say it's one of the big 3. I will say I don't really get nearly as tired of watching it as I do when I'm watching teams play on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is one of the maps I'm like, Jesus, man, again, Clubhouse. Chalet, I like Chalet. A lot of different things that you can do, a lot of different things that you see that I feel like you don't really necessarily see different things on Club. So I'm happy that it's on Consulate for one, and I'm glad that we're on Chalet. What about you, Jenna?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, right? The geography of the map, the way that it's set up, it leans into a little bit of creativity that each team can bring with it, right? You don't have to be doing the fully basic strats. There isn't one way to carry out every single round, right? You can do things, the basic way, or you can do things something a little bit different, right? We've seen a lot of different strategies, a lot of different metas being played out on this map, which just, honestly, it goes to show, like, this map does have a lot of creativity to be held with it. There's a lot of different ways to play with it, but one thing I'm really interested in looking at with these teams is their knowledge of the basics, right? How they're going to play with their synergy, their pacing, their ability to think and strategize on the spot. Be able to think on your feet is going to be a huge, huge, huge ability for these teams walking into this because of the nature of those short rounds that these teams will have to be playing through. And on top of that, I mean, on a map that does require a lot of groundwork to be setting up, you really do have to get those basics down. You do have to get that foundation down to be able to work into the map and win that round.
Luckily, it's also only a BO1. Luckily, if you win, unlucky if you don't. But it is also going to be a BO1. The one thing that I also do like about Chalet is the fact that a lot of the time during an entire map, you will see the full 4 rounds or the full 4 sites get played. Whether, one team decides to go all 4 or it just ends up being played by either team. I like Chalet because basically all sites are very viable, and really depending on the team will kind of determine whether or not you decide to use, maybe kitchen instead of the basement, or the top floor instead of bar, so on and so forth, whatever it is. But I like Chalet a lot also because of the fact that there's a lot of versatility when it comes to the map sites.
Absolutely. All right, Kylo, let's hear it. Are we ready to go into this game? Are we ready to do this? Okay, it looks like we're waiting on the last person to hop into this game. So, Bianca, are you excited? I mean, okay, how about I phrase this question, all right? What are you looking most forward to seeing from the attack? Because I do have to say, I believe it is to be determined that is on attack. What are you most looking forward to seeing from them in these first few rounds?
I don't know if the ban system is the same as it is now currently in Rainbow, where round 1 gets the ban and then it's just 1 ban for round 1. If it is like that, I want to see if they're going to be utilizing shields. Because if there's only 1 ban on the board, maybe, they might decide to, leave a shield out for a round or 2. And I want to see if teams are going to, if a shield goes unbanned first round, if they're going to utilize them. I love seeing the shield plays. Although they're very cheeky and very annoying, I'm sure, for the defenders. I love a good blitz player. I love a good Monty player that's really able to take space. Because, man, that gets super scary. I would like to see if the boys in To Be Determined are gonna decide to utilize shields, or if they're just like, nah, you know what, we are to have a format for our attack. I think it really depends on the team and what they choose to do with shields. But aside from that, Jenna, since you asked me about attack, what are you most looking forward to on defense, if you're looking for anything?
Ooh, That's a really good question. I feel like there's like so much to pick from because I've been playing this game for so long and this map has been out for so long that I have been on the player side and I've also been on the casting side of comp from Chalet. So I've gotten the opportunity to actually play out all of these different strats. I've also gotten the opportunity to analyze all of these different strats, and I've gotten the opportunity to cast these different strats. So, what I would like to see is something, honestly, out of the box. I want to see creativity. I do want to see roaming. I do want to see roaming on this map because it is such a close quarters map. It is such a tight map. And you really have to be strategic and you have to be smart about the timing of a roam, and you have to be smart about how you play it out, the positioning, I mean every piece of it, because the second that you get caught off guard is the second that you die from the attack. Let's get into it. Alright, we're going for the first bans of the game. Bianca, we got any predictions so far?
Maybe a zombie first for defense. Oh no, okay. So TBD for first on defense, and we're gonna have the ace. Is a little bit of a different so I think it's 2 bans, then what, 2 rounds, and then another ban? Is that what I'm seeing? Or is it 2 bans? So. Okay.
I don't like this system.
Honestly, I feel like it really depends on the round. Having that like only 1 ban for the first round might, mess up a lot of people. But no shield bans. Both hard breaches gone, Ace and Hibana. As for the defense, TBD and Kaid, that's great for the Kaid tricking with the TBD. But aside on another side of that, there is also going to be no shield at all.
Yes, so Hermit's gonna be the only hard breach operator, other than, the hard breach gadget operators up on the board. We have no Hibana, we have no Ace, so realistically no throwable hard breach. We're not gonna be able to hit that from a distance, although it's not really gonna matter that much, considering we're going on bar and gaming, unless the attack wants to try to play from below into garage. But it still does cut off those avenues, especially on those different sites, especially when we're going downstairs. So that's really something for the attack to have to play around. They're gonna have to look out. Possibly they're gonna have to play around if there's a bandit on the board. I mean, they might have to go for the TDM. That's a pretty lofty goal, but they might have to go for the TDM. Are they not able to get the points?
Leave Mira on the board, which is a very versatile operator on this map. I'd argue there is basically a setup on Mira for every single site on this map. I guess they really just don't want the TBD and the Kaid. I feel like there's definitely other ways to combat that. I feel like there's other operators that I think could most definitely be banned over something like a TBD and a Kaid. Something like a Valve, or an Azami, or a Mira, and a Goya.
Yeah, certainly an interesting choice.
Yeah, considering how many, defensive operators are much better, in my opinion, on this map to use. Despite that, no Valk, no Azami. You have the Goyo and the Mira. Surprised that they opt not to use the Valk, but maybe because of the fact that Valk is so often banned, a lot of teams decide that they're not going to use her in any strategy at all, which in this case doesn't seem like they'll be utilizing her, but now they're going to be utilizing Azami, which is interesting. Now it's just about a minute and a half remaining, and looks like we're just slowly but surely making our way in.
Bomb located by attackers.
Taking a little bit of time. And did we mention that they're going bar and games? We didn't. Now you know.
I really like the map going below. That Vigil, though, is creeping up on the map. You saw that Vigil sitting over in pipes. I'm a little bit afraid for that map's life. Not quite sure if they have seen the Vigil yet. Looks like they have, though. Vigil's gonna be off the board from the map. That's the first kill of the game. But a quick 1-2, a 4v4 already. Coming up above, that's gonna be your mute with the SMG. Pulling off that kill. The player from below is no longer, but that avenue is still open for the attackers. That is a huge, huge opening for them to play in from behind. It looks like Capitao is definitely going to take advantage of that. That could be huge. If you see Capitao going in from behind, especially with those bolts, you could cut off spots. You could definitely make that defensive room hard to play in, that little closet area right next to the A site. I mean, it spelled doom for that Mira sitting up in closet. Almost! It looks like Mira's able to get the kill. That's the Capitao off the board. Things are happening already, and it's a 4v1. The Execute is mounted to full swing. And the Nomad is the only player up on the board. She's gonna try for the one, but she doesn't even get it. That's the Mira to take the final kill of the round.
This is, whew. I mean, it was looking good. The TBD team did end up getting the first pit. They ended up getting that vigil, but that was quickly, taken care of right on to a 4v4. And then from there, it seems like GenerationESS, I think that's how you would say it, GenerationESS, just started picking them off one by one. That's unfortunate. Retro had to be the last one alive, and with that little time, not a lot of room to really make a play. You just get shot out like that. And so, boys on defense, GenerationESS are going to take that first round. I'm pretty sure the bands go as 2 bands, and then it goes 3 rounds, and then for round 4, on the 4th round, they do end up taking the band. I think that was the format that was released to me, so hopefully I'm not messing anything up. But anyways, I digress. We're going to be going over to this kitchen now. And having this top floor set up here is where the Azami comes into play. No mirror in this round. Well, I like the Azami pick. Very typical on this map. So, it's here. As for the boys on TV, no hard breach, not a thermite, at the very least. I don't know about hard breach gadgets, but
Loading new mag.
I feel like it's a little bit odd, at least not to have a thermite, especially for that fire to this wall, considering there's no Mira.
I mean, you look at the player setup so far. This is a very gadget-heavy team. You've got Capitao on the board, you've got the Deimos, you've got the Nomad, that Sentry. I mean, they very well could be going for a linear sort of forward take. Could be what we're seeing, might not be seeing that thermite, might not be seeing that hard breach going off, because it's not particularly necessary. I mean, if they're not going library side, right? Because you could still get away with a hard breach gadget, even though they didn't even bring it. We got the Capitao sitting with the Claymores. Nomad, though,
also
get the
no
first pick
ram
off the board. Huge.
I feel like, what is the strategy here? Because, it doesn't seem like we have any, top-down use of operators. No sledge, no buck, no ram. Okay, no hard breach. Okay, I guess we don't even need it. It's a 3v5 now, and it's looking good. As just about over a minute has, made its way into the round, and GenerationESS are falling a little bit flat, even flatter than the boys on TBD last round. It is going to be a 2v5 left up to Mr. Willie and A1X. And fortunately, there's only one that's going to be in sight. Willie's trying to hold up this top floor, and A1X is going to be over here in kitchen, who's actually going to be tracked by a Demo. So we're given out by the rest of his team, and they're just going to know exactly where he's at and trying to sandwich him. And there it goes. Nightmare. Takedown A1X is going to be up to Mr. Willie, who was on the top floor. Still going to be on the top floor, trying to find a little cheeky angle from the vert above, but no! Looks like a flawless round. The boys on TBD, a complete 180 from the one previously. And despite the lack of use, not necessarily useful operators, but I think despite the lack of typical operators that you would bring, operator that, might have you kind of figure out what type of attack they're doing, they still end up cleaning it up quite nicely.
Hello, Bianca?
Hey, girl. Now we good, babe. So, one player's having a couple of technical difficulties. So, we're going to be right back. We'll be going to a little bit of a break to wait for the player to join back, but don't go away for too long. I will actually get myself a little bit more water, and you guys should get yourself some water too. A little bit of a pee break, and we will be back in hopefully less than 5 minutes. We'll see y'all.
Welcome back. We're back. It's a 4v5.
Hey!
GenerationESS has not retained that fourth player, or that fifth player, I should say, unfortunately. That was...
I like that. Power went out.
Something? JJ Man, I believe. Joju.
There you go.
Alright, we're still learning the names. You gotta give us a little bit of grace with that.
Day
We're
one,
already 1
cheers.
minute into the round. And it's the same exact setup as last round that we have for TBD. Although GenerationESS is 1 player down, so that leaves them at a significant disadvantage. We already got a 3v5. Cryptic going down. It's gonna be a refrag.
Well, the levels are going to be evened out pretty nicely, as 4v5 is going to turn to a 3v3. GenerationESS are going to actually secure themselves 2 picks, almost a third. But Retrospector, who was here the last round, back on that big window, almost finds himself out. Time. Still a little bit of that top floor presence. Going to be hunted down by Mr. Durreal. Eliminator? I hope I said that right. Looks like top floor is going to start to be exposed and made their way through. They're going to be trying to fish out Mr. Ethanator and hit him with his pants down. See how well that goes. There's just about a minute 15 remaining on the board.
Castle's taking on a little bit of damage from the players on top, trying to slow down their rampage and their control. It's going to take the opportunity to play on down to first floor, though, as we have the rest of the remaining defensive players on the first floor, sitting around that kitchen dining area. But now with about a minute left, the attack has full reign of the top floor. They're going to drone out the rest of this library office area side. Try to see if there are any more defenders on that side. Clearly, we know, bird's eye view, that there are not. But they're just going to have to see for themselves. Got about 30 seconds left on this clock, and with those Capital bolts up and the Nomads going for them. Although none. Gonna have a little bit of gadgets on their side. Retro, though, is gonna go right on down from the side of the Mute. Capital looking to run on in to save that downed player. They know exactly where that Mute is sitting. At this point, it's just a 1v1. We've got a little bit of gunplay going around, ring around the rosy. That's A1 next to pick up 2 kills, but it's gonna get refragged and Willie to pick up the final kill. And that's gonna be the defense in a 4v5. Win it out.
Yikes. GenerationESS did a pretty good job that round, despite the fact that they are down 1 player. Congratulations to them. Now here we go, the 4th round, as I was saying. So bands work first before round 1 starts. First 2 bands. Then rounds 1 through 3 are played. Round 4, band gets going. Let's see who we're going to have for the final bands for at least this split. Going to be Capital and Clash. I don't think we've seen a Clash this entire game. And we are going to get a Clash off the board. That's interesting. Okay. What do you think about that, Jenna?
I mean, I don't really have very many thoughts about Clash being off the board, considering the fact that we haven't seen Bottom Floor being played yet, right? We have not seen Wine Cellar being played. We have not seen Garage being played. I feel like that's really the only applicable spot for Clash to be played from the defense, considering that we have seen the strats from GenerationESS so far in these previous rounds. So, I mean, Clash going off the board, that might just be a preconceived sort of notion that Clash might be played on Bottom Floor, but they're not even going to be going Bottom Floor, GenerationESS, unfortunately. But Capital off the board. Capital off the board is more interesting to me. Yeah, I think that's a smart move as well. I think it's a smart move. However, the unfortunate part, and the part that disappointed me, and one thing that I did want to bring up, is that I haven't really seen too much from Capital so far. Haven't really seen those bolts being used, haven't really seen those smokes being used, the fire bolts being used. nothing really to indicate that Capital has had great effect on the Chalet game so far, which is surprising considering in a normal, gadget meta Chalet game, we would see heavy use out of those Capital smokes and bolts, but this game isn't even played like that. Quite so. I mean, we're seeing a lot more aggression, we're seeing a lot more gunfights, we're seeing a lot more team deathmatches than anything else, right? And especially with that 4v5, it's been definitely more of an aggressive play from the attacking side. So Capital hasn't really gotten much of an opportunity to use up those bolts, to use up those smokes, but I would like to see a little bit of better positioning from Capital to be able to utilize those more effectively. There was definitely a few points, especially in the first round that I saw, where if Capital had been in the right spot at the right time, we would have seen a completely different round. So that is something I would have liked to see, but he is off the board now, so can't really see that.
I think too, the fact that the offense, the TBD team, has only won one round. The other two rounds, the first round was basically just straight run through. It was a 1v4. So you don't get much effectiveness out of the Capitan there. The second round, sure, okay. And then that third round was the 4v5, which they still ended up losing. They used the smoke to smoke out, maybe do a potential plant, just didn't end up working out. That was like the only time we really saw. The one thing that I really think that Capitan is the site, I think, that or generally the push that comes in with the Capitan would be something like library. I feel like we see that a lot, especially too when they have the dog playing up in the corner, even just anybody playing in the corner of library, trying to take him out with those firebolts, super effective. A good Capitan player really makes or breaks a round. Honestly, I think it can make an offensive round if a good Capitan player, takes the podium, but that won't be the case, and as circling back to the Clash ban, I just feel like it's a useless ban. I mean, I know, sure, they might have been, like, predetermining, okay, well, they won the kitchen, and they won basement. They went, was it basement? Or they went, no, I think they went bar and games.
They did not go basement yet.
I think they went bar and games and then kitchen. Those are the only two sites, which they're going to be going back to bar and games, but they haven't used the Clash at all. And I mean, I feel like there are better defensive operators that we could pick on, but I mean, despite that, I don't think that they've really used a lot of crazy defensive operators, ones that are like, typically banned out a lot. A Zombie, Valk. I haven't seen a Valk once. And now we're about to be 4 rounds in. It is a 4v5, but
and I think that might have been a little bit of the confusion, though, for the attack, because they're like, well, what operators have had great effect against us so far? Not really one specific operator has shined through and has shown us that, okay, we need to take them out of the game. We need to deal with them. And I feel like that's kind of where they ended up with the Clash, because they were like, okay, what do I do? Yes, we can take out the Mira, but what if we want to use the Mira? Okay, yes, we could take out the Fenrir, but the Fenrir hasn't really been doing too much for us. Yes, we can, take away the Mute, but also the Mute hasn't been doing too much for us either because we have EMP grenades. There is such a gambit of operators that you can pick on, and I feel like GenerationESS hasn't been using any of these operators to their fullest extent for the attack to be like, okay, we need to deal with this.
I think Mira would have been a much better one than Clash, honestly. But
tomato.
Hey, same-ish, maybe. We'll see if the ban on Clash and not Mira will be the thorn in the side of to be determined. There is going to be a Mira window propped up, looking onto library. Typical setup upstairs when you are going to be defending bar. As was on TV, we already saw that liquid hard breach gadget being used, of course, by the Monty nonetheless. So, making their way slowly but surely into the building. Nobody is actually inside yet. They're probably scoping it out, making sure that bottom floor nobody's there. The only person that is going to be in the basement is going to be Mr. Cryptic Fenrir. All the way to the bottom, we're going to have that top floor hold. And the only person in sight is probably that.
Not too much going on so far for TBD. Got a little bit of gunplay going on between Cryptic and Oh, our thermite. This thing's gonna take off the head. Lucky kill. Right in turn. By that Twitch. F2? No, that's not the F2. The F2 is the machine gun. What's that DMR called? That's just got another kill. A double kill.
Beautiful 2v4. Like that. I mean, despite GenerationESS being down one operator.
417.
Oh! And there goes the Monty. This is the shield that I was hoping that we would see. Especially because there is no shield ban at all. A 1v4 will turn to a 1v3. And finally, Joju has returned to make it an even 5v5. For 2 rounds he was gone. He will be back for the 5th to carry the cross that he left behind. There we go. Power's back.
And the score is still even. Which, I mean, you could say is a little bit unfortunate for to be determined. They could have gotten a very significant lead.
Defenders, protect your
On
bombs.
GenerationESS, but that is neither here nor there.
Attackers have
Still
discovered the
2-2.
location
We're
of
gonna
a
be heading
bomb.
back to Bar Gaming this time around. Now we've got the full lineup with the Wamai in hand for the defense. It's gonna have a little bit of gadget denial, throwable denial from the defense. I'm liking it. We also have those beepers. Got some good C4s up on the board. We've got the Deimos in play once again. I really have high hopes for this Deimos and the road clear that it can bring to the table. We just haven't really seen too much from it yet.
Deploying welcome mat.
Similar thing with Blackbeard. I mean, we've definitely seen Blackbeard in play. Perhaps would have been a great banner for the defense to get off the board. But again, nothing really too huge from these operators that we've been seeing. Nothing really too huge from the gadget play. We've got the Monty up on the board. We've got the shield.
Half a minute. Around. The shield returns and make it a double. As we're going to have BB as well as the Monty. At the very least, Joju's gonna be back. And speaking of shields, Mr. Monty's already made his way into the building. The only person that's made it into the building, but well, I was proven wrong. As now the Deimos is going to be joining him up on this top floor. There is going to be a lot of that top floor presence over by that library area. They gotta be careful when they're slowly but surely making their way in through there. Everybody else still outside. And of course, Mr. Cryptic still at Fenrir lurking down in the basement. The boys on GenerationESS looking for a potential win this round as they weren't able to win the last round. Over still by Bar and Games, but now we approach just about 1:45 and we're slowly but surely now making their way in, hopefully, as there is still only 2 people that have actually physically entered the building. Oh. You know what? Entering,
first
somebody
kill.
exits the building.
Ooh, first kill of the round. That's gonna be pretty big. Mind you, second first pick 2 rounds in a row. Last round, Cryptic also did get the first pick, was fragged right after in a trade. But this time around, it's going to be taking down that Twitch that once killed Cryptic. In a sort of revenge play. Again, this is a slow burn of a round, but it is a burn indeed, right? You've got to take off those Wamais from the board. You've got to be able to take off the mutes. You've got to be able to deal with the Mira. I mean, this is a very, very, very delicate setup that GenerationESS has in place, and it's a very strong setup as well. There's a lot of angles being watched, and they're definitely trying to keep eyes on that library side. However, though, TBD has in fact made their way through, but all of the players on the defense have still retained their lives. And with about 35 seconds left on the clock, that doesn't leave a lot of time for TBD to be playing downstairs. He's going to pick up one. That's another attacker off the board. That's your Deimos going off. However, Joju's going to be picked off in return. Another kill as well. That's near off the board for you too. 2 huge operators going right off. That's still a 3v2 though, and now a 3v1. That's the SMG-11 coming back into full play, and Willie from behind with the Frost. Insane. I mean, strategic. I love the positioning from the defense there. They really did play Ring Around the Rosie. I mean, they read that attack like a book. They played them right into the spots where they wanted them to be, and they just took advantage of it.
I like that. I mean, TBD did have a little bit of a chance to kind of bring it back. It was a 5v3, bringing it to a 3v3, but they were not lucky enough. They didn't play their cards perfectly. GenerationESS did a great job at bringing that back. They lost that teammate advantage and ended up winning out the round entirely without dropping another operator. I like that. And now instead of bringing us to the kitchen, we're going to be going up to the top floor for the final round.
Bomb located by attackers.
And we've only seen, this is going to be the first time that we see a new site. The last sites that we've seen have only ever been kitchen and barn gaming. So now, on this top floor, we'll see completely different setup. That's what we're going to be seeing it. As for TBD, this setup, this offensive strategy is awfully familiar. We got the Monty, the Deimos, the Cali. We've seen a lot of Cali in this game. And of course, having that Nomad and then it seems like they really like this lineup, as this is most definitely not the second time. This is probably the third time that they've at the very least used it.
One thing I really like about GenerationESS is that they have had the tactical advantage essentially this entire time. I mean, being on defense, right, it really allows you to have the tactical advantage. I mean, you are getting attacked. You can't just be a sitting duck, but you can tell they've been present in their defense for sure. I mean, they've taken the opportunity to play correctly with their pacing. They've taken advantage of the pacing. They've taken advantage of the player count every time they've had it. I mean, Encryptic, able to get those first picks off the board consistently. That's also helping. TBD, they do have a slight mechanical advantage, I would consider it, but at the end of the day, brute force is only going to get you so far, right? You really do have to have that strategy. You have to have that timing and that pacing. I mean, that utility burn last round was not fast enough. TBD is going to have to be a little bit faster if they want to catch up to the competition here because, I mean, tactically, they're going to have to bring themselves a little bit farther.
Oh my god, and we got an early plant down already? Are you serious? Is anybody gonna be in the bedroom site?
Hello!
Does anybody hear this? Are you kidding me? A 4v5 home plant situation now, make it a 3v5. I can't believe that. Generation is absolutely none the wiser. It's gonna be now not just 2v5. This really is gonna get taken down. It's gonna be up to Cryptic, who was the only person really that was roaming, and Joju. At the very least, Cryptic will find himself one, but this Monty is going to be a big thorn in his side. It's not going to be easy for Joju or Cryptic to get back up to sight, get back late. Unfortunately, it just seems like it's going to be a dead round. This is only 10 seconds. They're going to have to get rid of 4 players and use this bomb. And, well, an amazing round from TBD, but, you know, was it... I don't know if it was really TBD's win or if it was just GenerationESS's loss, because, I mean... Nobody heard a plant going down. Even somebody that was sitting in the washroom, they had a lot of feet holes. You didn't hear the... Is there planted? What? That's crazy.
And
but
that could have been an issue with sound. That could have been an issue with... I mean, they could have known. Monty could have been turtle planting. You know, us being in the bird's eye view, we don't get the full immersion of being there, being in the site, playing the game, so we don't know entirely what went down. But if I had to guess, they were probably sounding off some sort of gadget to distract TBD, and or they were distracting TBD with other players from the side, pressuring them from different windows, pressuring them from different angles, and Monty was just able to slip in from solar. I kind of ate my words there, though. I had this whole talking point lined up. I was like, you know, TBD, they gotta be faster, they gotta be on it. And by God, in that second, they got on it, they got faster. That is really insane correcting in the moment from them. I have to give that point to them. That was pretty great from them. They pretty much fixed entirely what they had been deficient in those previous rounds.
Bomb located by
However,
attackers.
pulling a fast one like that, it can only bring you so many rounds. It can only work so many different times. You still have to have the tactical advantage. You still have to have the synergy. You still have to know the basics and get them down in order to win out rounds consistently. But it won't even matter anyways, because they will be on their defense rounds. Now, let's see what they pull out from that. They got a bandit on the board. It's the first time we're seeing that.
A perfect split, by the way, 3-3, amazing, especially if you start on offense. You know, defense is typically the favored, I guess, the favorite side. There we go, the favorite side, and so a lot easier, like you mentioned, to
deploying razor wire.
Defense is, you know, you can be sitting ducks. That doesn't mean that, you know, every single team is going to be a bunch of sitting ducks, but at the very least, the offense has to come through. If they take too long, it's going to be in your advantage. So we'll see how this pans out the first offensive round for GenerationESS and the defensive round for TBD. Both these teams not too shabby when they were when the sides were swapped, and so hopefully they'll be just as strong. Like I said, I think it is the first time we're going to be seeing a bandit. The Kaid is going to be off the board. They're going to need some sort of wall denial. No two bananas off the board. It doesn't matter though. Mira is going to be played. I like that, and I like this Brava ban. I love going Brava on Chalet, especially for that main lobby camera. So I really like this Brava ban, honestly. See now, just under 2 minutes remaining in the round. Who is going to be the first to get hit? And I spoke quite soon. It just happened. It's going to be Soul. You can take it down by Cryptic. Got a strong presence and a 5v3 in that generation.
Huge first picks for GenerationESS. That's your Azami and your Fenrir going down. Fenrir, I mean, both Azami and Fenrir honestly being pretty important players to keep alive for slightly different reasons, but albeit important. Unstoppable though is going to get that refrag out with the C4. You've got a player playing up close trying to pick off the Monty, but it's not going to hit anything, and in a tirade, it's going to try to go off. Won't be able to pick up the second with the C4, but does pick up one trying to rotate back. This is now a 3v3 situation, but GenerationESS still does have control of that top floor spot. TBD was in fact pushed back. Now there's only, looks to be one player up on that top floor. Might have actually rotated back. No, two players up on that top floor. One sitting in closet and one sitting in bathroom. Very, very lofty, ambitious spot to be, considering how many players of GenerationESS are playing up on your tail. Cryptic's gonna pick up Retro, one of the players up on top floor, and Bandit's gonna be playing back to Solar. Looks like GenerationESS does not quite know that Bandit was sitting there, but the Monty, unfortunately, will be the one to spot that Bandit. Not too much damage done on the side of the Monty. Tries to get one, but the Monty picks off the kill for the Bandit. Huge kills. GenerationESS still does have players on the board in Joju to pick up the remaining kill.
Beautiful. First round. Again, another round where GenerationESS, they end up having that two-man advantage, and then it ends up tying out 3-3, and they bring home the win. A great offensive first round. And it looks like To Be Determined is done with the top floor. They don't want to go there after that round, so they're going to be bringing us to Barn Gaming. Kitchen. Barn Gaming. Instead,
Attackers need to locate and
they don't want to
defuse
mess
any bombs
around
if they can.
with that bomb site. Maybe it's just like for this round. That's exactly
Bomb
what they're
located
going
by
to do,
attackers.
taking us to Barn Games instead. Whereas GenerationESS was continuing to go the same side, even though they ended up losing them. We'll see how this round pans out. Now, no Mira. Still Nazami. And still the Bandit. I'm surprised there's no Mira, considering it's Barring Games. I feel like a Mira was played here, especially for that top floor hold. Having this library section is heavily guarded, having to watch the mirror from above, and then having the mirror down in sight, just in case
Deploying ABS.
they try to push in through games. Doesn't seem like the case though. See how this round is going to go for boys on TBD. There is going to be a Jagger, though, to help out with any sort of projectile that might be thrown, as he's going to defend the library
Reloading.
all by himself, no mirror.
I'm a little bit surprised that it's a Jaeger instead of a Lamai. I mean, you don't really have too much coverage sitting up on that blue ivy area. So, if Generation ESS were to try to push blue and ivy, I mean, they have near free reign. Perhaps apart from the Izami that might be playing there, but if you've got all of the Jaeger ADSs sitting over on library side, you don't really have anything protecting an Izami. So, realistically, Ivy is Generation ESS's to take, should they want it. It's a very interesting hold from TBD. I'm interested to see how they play this out. I do like the Izami spots that they have so far, but it is a lot of angles for one player to be watching.
Where's for this Jagger, man? He's stuck in the corner of library. This doesn't look good. And not to say, the Jagger's not going to be the first one to go out. It's actually going to be Mr. Fight. I said that okay. It's going to be Zombie, going to be taken down. Sends an operator you don't get to see too often. Is also going to be being played. He's going to be coming in slowly but surely through that K9 window. And oh my goodness, Dolores better be careful. He could get taken off at any point in time by this Frosty. Dagger's still holding out, surprisingly enough. Well, that's going to be a pick. 4v4 now. It's going to be an even playing field. Willie is going to be the one to get taken out. That was a run out. I like that. And Joju, the next one. Off the board. Actually make it too. All right. Seems like Mr. Soul is the man. He's going to be defending the library like no other. Will finally get taken down by Ethan. It's going to be a 2v3 with just under a minute remaining. See how the rest of this round pans out. Yellow Pinks are coming out. We'll see if GenerationESS are going to be able to pull this back in their favor. Seems like Nyx. Cryptic, it's a 1v3.
Oh, that was a clinical angle that you had from the Frost, from that closet, from that coat check area. Huge. It's gonna be another player aside from Frost. But no, the sense beams are going to go up. And yet, player from blue is going to be the one to capture the final kill with the Frost on the support. Now, there was a lot of layers to that round. There was a lot of layers. I mean, at first I was initially imagining that the attack would take it, right? They got the first pick. They were able to find their opening in the defense. They were like, hey, let's take on this Jaeger. We're going to get this library side. They had so much going
Attackers
for them.
need to locate and defuse
And
as
then
many bombs as they
the
can.
Jaeger in one fell swoop, boom. Just knocked him down immediately. I have to question, did they know that the Jaeger was there? I mean, they must have had to know that the Jaeger was there. But did they just double up at the wrong point? Like, was there not somebody who tried to play for library double? Like, what was the thought process there? Because, I mean, they went from, what was that? That was a 4v4 to a 4v2 immediately?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, that would have been a game-winning, or I should say a round-winning play from the attack had they been able to retain control of library, right? So it was really unfortunate that that happened to them. I mean, and that Jaeger was able to clutch out the round. Absolutely insane play, by the way, from Soul.
Drone deployed.
And yet, a lot of creativity going on there from TBD, perhaps a little bit to their detriment, because there was a lot of conflicting layers to that strat.
Stay behind me!
There are pieces that I didn't like about it for sure. That's for an analysis. Get into this next one.
Well, at the very least, 4v4, it's anyone's game still, honestly. And so we'll see. And I mean, I think that library hold really made the round for TBD. If the Jaeger had lost it, I think most definitely GenerationESS would have taken that. But it's the fact that I think, I believe it was Soul who ended up just taking out two people just and they still retained that library hold for that little bit of time. That was definitely a great play for TBD. We'll see how this round pans out now. Who's going to finally continue to take the lead, because I feel like it took one round after another. And damn! That feels like they're trying to get sneaky. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out. He tries to hit Ethan from the back.
We can push forward!
Vote in his favor. So TBD now going to be down one player of 5v4. A minute and a half, though, still remaining in and around this top floor. Push continues to be made, and there's only two people actually outside. It's gonna be Mr. Willie and A1X. Everybody else is in there in the building. As for Ethan and Cryptic, they're doubled up. Joju might just be the dark horse. He's by himself over in the kitchen, maybe checking for a late flank or something, or no, I think he's gonna be coming up with his teammates, and well, Willie will be taken down. It's going to be a 4v4 now as the playing field is even down. And another time where the bomb is going to be planted. This strat. GenerationESS lost his way, and now it seems like they're going to be picking up the win the same way. A 4v3 now post-plant. GenerationESS up a man, might be up two. They're able to get rid of Soul. Good. 4v2 now. And Joju, was that a 4-piece? Or was that a 3-piece? Okay. GenerationESS coming in hot. They flipped the tables on TBD. It is what TBD did to them, and now they will do unto what TBD did to them. An amazing round, and almost securing themselves match point, 1 round away.
You know,
Anemone.
Whatever her name is, huge, by the way, sealed off plenty of important lines of sight for the defense to be looking at the attack, was able to facilitate that turtle plant from the Monty. Huge plays for GenerationESS. And this is what I've been saying, right? They have that tactical advantage. You can tell they're very experienced on this map, right? They have the lines of sight covered. They have the strategies down. They have the basics going for them. All they need to do is give themselves some space to carry it out, right? They can't get picked off early, and they can't slow down mid-round. Right, that is huge, especially for teams T3, T4. That slowing down in the mid-round, you have to keep it pushing, you have to be thinking on your feet. And this team, I mean, they've consistently been able to do that. Although TBD has had their little wild card dark horse plays. I mean, we saw it from Soul, that faded round in Library. Might see it this round. Got a few new operators up on the board.
Reinforcing wall!
We're playing in Kitchen and Dining, which we actually have seen Kitchen and Dining being played before. GenerationESS won that when they did attack on it. We're seeing an Arunian play, we're seeing a Maestro in play, we're seeing a Legion in play as well. Definitely a lot of gadgets, a lot of intel to be slowing down the pace from GenerationESS, which is exactly what TBD needs. I do like their ability to think on their feet and to play for the counters of what GenerationESS is bringing them. Definitely shows a lot of adaptability on the side of the defense.
I like the Zofia pick, maybe directly countering the castle that the boys on TBD have decided to take. A near head coming out on that K9 window won't be enough. Oh, as for Soul, the Legion's gonna have to be careful. Everybody's coming in hot. This poor boy. Scripting. They want to take him out. Not only that, but Joju's gonna find himself another pick. GenerationESS on a generational run so far. 5v3. Not looking too good for the boys on TBD. Still about a minute 40 for them to make or break the round. Not all hope is lost just yet, but this K9 pick could be huge for GenerationESS if they're able to execute it well.
No kills on the side of TBD quite yet. they're gonna have to try their hand at evening out the odds. Unless they want GenerationESS to seal them from the site completely and get that plant down. Got Unstoppable, trying to play up on top floor. Trying to maybe get some of those picks back. We've got Thatcher in hand to try to play. Also, Zofia to try to play or Unstoppable from the side. In less than a minute left for GenerationESS, they're going to have to start mounting that execute very soon. Unstoppable's going to pick up one. That's Joju off the board. Another player to go down. Ethan as well. And it looks like this disjointed roam clear is not quite working for GenerationESS, and that might come to bite them in the butt in the next few moments here. Let's got another player down. Nightmare. That's going to be your Maestro off the board as well, but it's a refrag from Unstoppable. Huge on a tear. It's going to be playing down through Solar, but the attack, in fact, knows where this player is. Castle's going to try to be coming in from the side. Unstoppable to pick off Cryptic. That's a quad. Almost an ace for the side of this player. And it's going to be an ace from Unstoppable. Huge plays to bring it back from a 5v3. What a game so far, and what a round.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Unstoppable.
Ain't no way.
He's really unstoppable. Put that man back on the DMR. Put that man back on the DMR. Are you kidding me? He's taking the MP7 after that round. Are you joking? What an absolute reign of tyranny, reign of terror. That is the first round.
Defenders, protect your
Because
bombs.
every time the GenerationESS has been up at a 5v5 and then it ends up being a 5v3 and then it ends up being a 3v3. GenerationESS always have ended up winning out the round in their favor. That's the first time that TBD have won it, and winning it to save them from having a forced match point. I love it. Unstoppable. 13 picks over a 2.0 KD. I love that. We gotta see that. Now it's anybody's game still. This game has been tic-tac-toe, tit-for-tat-toe-for-toe, whatever how it's called. We'll see how this round pans out. This looks like this game might just go OT.
I like this kind of tug of war of Brains versus Brawn going on here between GenerationESS and TBD. I mean, you've got a lot of hero plays coming out from TBD, right? Unstoppable, Soul. I mean, there's been a lot of amazing kills on the side of TBD to clutch out these rounds so far, right? GenerationESS, they've been consistent tactically, but mechanically, they've just been getting taken advantage of over and over and over again. It's almost like they're expecting something, and then they're not able to adapt once it doesn't go their way, or once there is a different outcome, and they're just not able to pull it back, right? That is very unfortunate from their side, but they do have to start thinking on their feet, right? They have to start getting smarter. And they have to start playing a little bit more mechanically, right? Playing on the speed of TBD. Just as I speak, right? Willie's gonna get the first pick of the round. Beautiful 417 shot to pick off Arzami on TBD.
Frag out.
Soul is still going to be over by Library, hunched in the corner, as he was the last time, making a huge play
Changing mags.
for his teammates. We'll see if the boys of GenerationESS are going to be making the same mistake that they did before and letting him pick off two players before ultimately getting finished off. It'll be just about a minute and a half, and not a lot of action so far. There's only going to be 4 people in the building. It's going to be on that top floor. They haven't made their way down just yet, but slowly but surely they're making a decent amount of progress, I will say. And finally, the only person that's left outside is going to be Mr. Willie. He's out by the front door. He'll, I'm sure, make his way in to assist Joju a little bit. Now we're at about a minute remaining in the round.
GenerationESS making a little bit more progress for the amount of time that they have. Gotta get that burn going. Cap off this round. I mean, looks like they're trying to get control of this library side, this Ivy side, but it's Frost to come in from blue stairs, shutting down A1X. That's your hard breach. That's a huge player off the board for you. TBD finding their way to even out the man count. Got 2 players sitting on blue, 1 below on the bottom platform, and 1 up top. Looks like that 1 player, I believe, fell off. Cryptic to pick up 2 in the meantime, and that's Joju to follow up with another kill. That's already a 4v1. Diffuser's going down. That leaves Frost, the last remaining player, gonna be playing for 1, but not the second. Joju to pick up the remaining kill on that round. What an incredible play from GenerationESS. I mean, what a way to shut down the defense and finish off that execute. I thought they weren't going to get anything in time.
They got it all off, and they might just walk home with this map win. They're 1 round away, but TBD are also 1 round away from bringing us to OT. We'll see how they're going to do that, as you know, this game has been very tight, 1 round apart every single time. It's like a team gets a round, and then the other one gets around, and then the other one gets around, and and here we are at 6-5. So we'll see if GenerationESS are going to be able to break the chains, break the method, and, you know, finally step out the matrix. They're going to break the canon event that is foreseeable right now, as it might just seem like it's OT if everything is as it has been. TBD have they got a lot of weight on their shoulders, as they cannot mess this up. They have to go to, or they are going to let up on this map, and the only map is going to be a BO1. Blitz coming out for GenerationESS. This is kind of like the final, grasping at that final straw. A little bit of a cheeky operator. We haven't seen Blitz, I think, at all. I'm going to be excited to see how they're going to be able to use him. No Monty. They want that full throttle rush, and I hope that it's going to be a good round if, you know, Blitz comes in and starts really messing some things up.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like GenerationESS does have a contingency plan too, right? They still have the Aurora up on the board. They still have the Capital. They still have the Nomad up on the board. So should the Blitz go down, should that plan A fail, they still have a lot of players to fall back on, and they still can't get that tactical round win that they want on the board and seal off this match, this BO1. Now again, mind you, it is a BO1, so this round can mean absolutely everything for these teams. TBD, very high stakes at this point on their defense. They have yet to win Master on the defense. First time around, GenerationESS did in fact win it, but that was also because it was quite a fast one with that Monty plan. Now that Monty is off the board, it's a little bit of a different player. We've got Blitz, of course, up on the board. Looks like Retro, though, is hiding in the bushes in that fireplace room. Very well could pull off a flank from behind. You've also got a player sitting in Solar. Does the attack know that there's somebody in Solar? Question mark.
Oh. Did that drone see him? I don't think so. I just saw a drone whiz by. I'm biting my knuckle right now! What are men doing?
I don't think they know. Do they know?
Mind you, Retro is still over by fireplace. He can hit a flank.
No, they don't. They don't know.
They do not.
They don't know.
Nah. 1 goes down. No. Oh. Possible 3. No. A 3v5. TBD. A beautiful little hiding spot. And oh my goodness, finally taken down. It's going to be unstoppable. An amazing spot. GenerationESS. Gotta drone those, man. Seconds. And it's 2 a 3v3. GenerationESS are gonna actually pick themselves back up. It's going to be Black, along with Soul, get taken out. As for Retro, who's been chilling on the bottom floor, it's not looking good. Maybe he should have flanked up a little bit earlier. But damn, that's going to be unfortunate. A 2v1. 20 seconds remaining. Are they aware that he's going to be coming up these Astro stairs, these Solar stairs? They do hear that he's going to be planting the bomb. No way! They just took out the planter, but it doesn't matter. 2v1. Quickly turns to a 1v1 and a win. The boys on Generation is a close one and a valiant effort from TBD. Can't believe they still won that, despite the fact that, oh my god, unstoppable with that absolutely insane corner rat in. Oh my god, you gotta drone those, man. That is the oldest trick in the book.
You gotta
Oh,
drone
man.
those.
That's
You got to drone those. And can I add, the 417 has been such a main player of this game. 417, that DMR has been absolutely huge on the side of the attack. Wow, what a round. I mean, I think the way that GenerationESS has been able to kind of break the chains, like you were saying, is because of that tactical play. I mean, we saw the gadget use. What incredible gadget use, right? We saw the gadget use, mind you, to get 2 different kills, right? The first one was to get the kill on the Warden, which, mind you, I mean, the Warden did get that 2-pick, huge miss drone from the attack, but Capital was able to pick it up. A1X was able to pick it up with that Capital bolt. The Firebolt going into Solar in that little nook, able to pick off that Warden, and then on top of that, the player in Bathroom with the 2 nades thrown. The bait for the nades? Absolutely huge. That was insane positioning. I mean, the ability to think on your feet like that, I can tell this team is going to go far in this league. I can tell this team is going to go far. I think the only thing that GenerationESS needs to clean up is their ability to play mechanically. I think at some points, you know, they kind of get lost in the sauce and they get picked off a little bit too quickly. And 2, you know, their pacing and being able to watch those drones. But I mean, those are just like such easy things that you can miss, and that's so situational too. That like when you're in the thick of it, when you're in the heat of the game, it is something that is easy to lose on, you know? But ultimately, what an incredible game, not just from GenerationESS, but also from this other team. I mean, God. Huge plays from TBD so far. Huge plays. I'm excited to see how they're going to play throughout the rest of this league. They definitely have some insane mechanical ability from their side. I do think that they, again, have to clean up that strategic play. You know, there were a few strats that, you know, were a little bit weird in execution, but ultimately they had some great plays. I feel like if they were to play a little bit closer together, if they were to get down those basics, you know, play with synergy, they got it. They got it in the bag.
This game was close. Like we said, like this was the only time where
fun.
like a team had a 2-round advantage, which obviously the 2-round advantage closed out the map, but it was basically just like 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 4-5. You know what I mean? Like it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So both these teams have a lot of potential, but I liked that last round coming up. GenerationESS being able to pull themselves back after that 2-man deficit. I like that. I like that a lot. And you know what? I'm glad that they were able to pull through because it was a satisfying round to watch, that's for sure. But I believe there is going to be another game happening shortly, so don't go away for too long. I believe Jenna and I are going to be back. Jenna, you're here for the games, right? Oh. So Jenna and I will be back for that second game. We'll see you guys in probably about 5 to 10-ish minutes. Get yourself some water and a snack. We'll be right back.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, for Game 2 of the night, AEL Season 3 Retribution. My name is Jenna, and I'm alongside Bianca tonight. And we're ready. We're ready for this next game. We got Reikai Esports and Corvus Corps going at it. This is another BO1 for the night. Bianca, how are you feeling so far?
I'm happy. Game 1 was pretty close, so, if you guys missed that one, you guys missed a pretty good one. Hopefully this one is going to be good as well. We will see who is going to be playing tonight for the second match of the first day of AEL. These are the two teams. Crazy stats. We've got a lot to analyze right now, a lot to go through. And by that, I mean we're looking at their logos. Corvus Corp, they got like a red falcon, a red eagle. And Reikai is Reikai. They got their logo. They've had that logo. I'm familiar with Reikai. As for Corvus, I'm not. So we'll see if I'm familiar with any of the players on Corvus. We're going to be taking a look at who's going to be playing for them. We're going to be having Marvelli, Dogs, Impulse, Blitz, and Soldier. I don't think I know any of them. There was somebody on console named War Soldier, but I don't think that's Soldier. So I'm not familiar with any of them. Let's take a look at who's going to be on Reikai.
I feel like I might know Blitz, but I'm not sure. Anyways, players on the Reikai. It's going to be Bottom, Hacker, Zero, which you've definitely seen Zero, Real, and Love. Now, we've seen Zero. I'm not entirely sure if this is entirely new Reikai Esports or if this is the same roster that we had before. It looks to be about the same. Yeah, Love is new, for sure. Yeah, Love is definitely new. However, yeah, I think it's about the same roster. I mean, I'm horrible for this, but I do not remember players as much as I should. I only remember, certain players that have, stuck out to me over the many, many, many years that I've been casting. I know Zero stuck out to me, but that's probably because, I've said Zero plenty of times beforehand. Just over, plays or crazy stuff that has happened in a game, but Love. Looks to be Love's new player on the roster for Reikai. Bianca, are you ready for the map bans?
The best part of the intro, because it's always kept a secret from me. Consulate out! Immediate W. Skyscraper out. I like that. Nighthaven, I like Nighthaven. I'm sad that it's gone. Hopefully we go to Bank. Bank might actually be my... Whoa! Boy, we might get Bang! Hold on. Yeah! Oh no! Damn it! And we got Club! Club might be... second, my second least favorite map right after Consulate. I don't like Club. Everything I feel like is the same on Club. It's so it's become the new Oregon, and it's like that orange is the new black. Clubhouse is the new Oregon, and I'm not happy with that in the slightest.
Yeah, I feel like it's really difficult to make Clubhouse a new map, even
Diverse
with the rework
map.
that it had. Yeah, I feel like it's so hard to make it work. It's so hard to bring out new strats, to bring out new meta, unless you have truly a meta-breaking operator that is released. I feel like Clubhouse is not going to change all too much, just because of not only the symmetry, the layout of the map, but also because of how small it is. I mean, yes, it does boast 3 floors, but you have to remember those floors are small. The rooms are close quarters, which definitely plays into the hands of the defense. Not to mention there's so much vertical going on throughout all of the floors. There's so much hard breachability. There's so much to watch from the outside. I mean, it does play into the hands of both the attack and the defense, those, pieces of the map, but it's always going to go to the defense because they can use those ops with the shield. They can use those ops, the Azami, the Mira, there are so many powerful ops on Clubhouse that really just prove to be mainstays in the meta that aren't going to be going away and that give that sway to the defenders always, 100% of the time. I mean, you're going to have the Castle, you're going to have the Mira, you're going to have the Azami. Those are 3 huge operators, and those are just ones off the top of my head. I mean, we haven't even thought about hard breaching for one thing, but entirely different thing. Anyways, Clubhouse, I hope for it to be an interesting map. I hope for there to be some creativity in the way that the attack and the defense plays. I hope that they have a little bit of roaming going on. I mean, it's a little bit similar in the way that Chalet is, you know, with very played out meta, very fleshed out map. However, with Clubhouse being an even smaller map, roaming isn't as... I wouldn't consider it isn't as viable, but it isn't always as powerful. Because there is a lot of... You got the nomads, you got the gridlocks, right? You got the drone flank watch. Like, there is just truly so many barriers to the roam, to the flank, that the defense would have to deal with, that it usually tends to be more of an issue than a problem solver for the defense to be playing on flank and to be playing on roam. It has to be really well timed and very strategic, which oftentimes T4 teams, they don't always have in their back pocket. But I'm excited to see it.
Hopefully. I mean, the only thing that I wish that I could see on Club is a different strategy. I think this is the worst part about Club, is just everything is the same. Not even just like the strategies, but the bands tend to be the exact same every single time. I feel like I'm just listening to the same song over and over. It's like, it's so good. I used to love Club. And it's so good, so good, so good. You listen to the song 500 times in a week, and now it's like, holy crap, man. All right, I can't listen to the song for the next 3 years. The amount of playtime I just listened to this in a single month. That's how Clubhouse feels to me. It's a goated song turned a little bit overplayed. Now I'm just waiting for it to marinate a little bit. Again. Whoa! Little bit of a face cam action. Reikai. Oh my god, some of them are in really dark rooms. You can't even see them. But anyway, hey, one of them's got a super good camera. The second guy, he's got a really good camera. So whoever he is, like, hacker. There you go. Ooh, he's a little hacker. Anyways, first band's coming out. We're going to have the BB off the board and a Kaid. Next is going to be the... Wow! Both shields done and dusted. I like that it was useful. They didn't get rid of any hard breaches, nothing like a Hibana or even like a Thermite. We'll see, but the basement is where we're going to be going first. The Azami will be the other defender off the board.
These are pretty huge bans for the attack to take off the board. I mean, very expected from them, I would say. You still got the Tuberelle, but you don't have the Kaid on the board, so... You got the Bandit still up on the board, and of course you have the Valk and the Mira up on the board, two very important operators. I foresee a Mira or Valk ban in the future, for sure, from Reikai Esports. Just depends on which operator is going to come out on top to be the most important for Corvus, I would say. But also, same thing for Corvus to be taking off that Monty, to be taking off that Blackbeard from the board. I mean, when we talk about having close quarters rooms, what are the operators that we need to take in order to circumvent that close quartersness? It's always going to be the shield operators, especially the Blackbeard, somebody who can actually shoot back in those moments. We also got Monty off on the board, huge for planting. So that is an avenue shut down for Reikai. They do have the Blitz still up on the board, though. That is something that they can actively choose. I am interested to see that played out. They're not going to do it this round, unfortunately. But they do have some interesting op picks. We've got the B-Man Grim up on the board. Love that. Love to be shutting down those angles. Same thing with the Capitao. Looks like we're going to be playing for the plant this time around for Reikai.
Yeah, I like having this IQ. Of course, the boys on Corvus bringing the Valk IQ at 100% be the exact opportunity. Hibana will be that only hard reach. There's no ram, I'm surprised. A lot of the time the ram will be used to kind of open up a little bit of that vert down this hallway right here. A little bit of vert action, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be really any operators that are too useful for the vertical other than this Valk, Mr. Love, who's... Or, sorry, not the Valk, the Ashe, who is being played by Mr. Love, who not only has his Ashe gadgets, but also has 5 soft breach charges. See how that's going to bode for them. The only person that's going to be roaming so far is going to be Mr. Marvelli. I said that okay. Who's going to be in the strip. That's on the first floor. Nobody up on the top floor. Everybody else is going to be in the basement. And we'll see. Doesn't seem like much potential flank other than from Mr. Marvelli. And as for right now, it seems like he's just chilling in here. Perhaps about to be taken down by Mr. Bottom. If he's not careful. About a minute 20 remaining in the round now. Things might start to heat up.
I like the Twin Shells operator playing over in Strip Club here. I'm taking some of the attention from Reikai away from the main objective, and with only 1 minute remaining on the board, they're gonna have to make something happen quick here, right? And it will! You've got a player playing up in the Strip side. It's gonna be your hacker coming from the side. You also got Blitz playing from below. Still does have those impacts in hand, by the way, so we still could very well see an impact trick. Same thing with the C4 going out for the Mira. That Ash could be spelling doom. In fact, it will be spelled doom for the Ash. Impulse able to pick up the first kill of the game, first kill of the round. Love off the board.
Unfortunate. Now 20 seconds remaining in the round, and Marvelli is gonna also get taken down. So that's a 4v4, make it a 3v4 as bottoms up onto Mr. Jock. Get him down, and 15 seconds to execute has to come, and it has to come fast. 2v4 now. Hack has the bomb in hand, is gonna start to plant it. Now, it's gonna be actually a 2v2. Planter is down, that's Hacker out, and from a 4v2 to a 1v or to a 2v1. Oh my goodness. I'm so confused. Was there somebody hiding in a corner that we did not see? Corvus, what just happened? Reikai, tell us what just happened.
And this is the con of the 20-second meta that we've seen from Clubhouse time and time and time again. When you have that hasty execution, drone things out, you don't have time to see what's in front of you. You just have to be playing eyes forward.
Defenders,
Gun up,
protect your bombs from being defused
try
by
your
attackers.
absolute hardest, try your absolute best to win out these rounds. I mean, God, you have such little time to be playing around. The defense could very easily sweep you off your feet. That is exactly what happened. Corvus, what an insane comeback. I mean, they had everything against them. They were shut out from sight. Plant was about to go down. Reikai, you could tell they were ready to win out that round. Their ego got the best of them. Just crazy place.
That round. Honestly, I'll not lie, one stealth for Reikai, but you know, I'm not too upset about it because it just brought us an amazing lift. I don't know if somebody was hiding in that corner, Corvus. I don't know who was hiding in that damn corner. If they even really were. Everything was happening so fast, you couldn't believe it. Now we're on to round 2. We're going to be defending that gym and bedroom. Of course, having the presence over by Cash and CC. No Castle. Surprise, typically Castle is an operator that does end up getting utilized, especially to hold, you know, the area of CC and Cash down, but doesn't seem to be the case for the Blaze. Corvus, they're working without him. And Reikai only working their way in through CC as they open up the wall. Thermite now going to be pressuring in, not just from main breach, but also from Rafter. Everybody is actually going to be on this top floor as well on terms of defense. Nobody is going to be roaming at all, which is pretty interesting. Corvus, even last round, no roam potential except for one operator and Strip. Other than that, Corvus now down one operator as Impulse is going to get taken down. Blitz nearly gets taken down as well. He's a little bit scared. I would be too. But a minute 50 and got to make sure he doesn't lose his head. Somebody's either going to help him out or he's going to get the hell out of there. And he's got to get out of there fast. Fortunately, he's just going to get double teamed from behind. Love to push him off, and a Claymore going to take down Soldier. A minute and a half remaining in the round, and Reikai are looking great.
Seems like Reikai has a little bit stronger of a grip on this round. They definitely have a lot more time to play with. 120 left on the clock for them. I saw that though. That was a 4v2 to 2v2. Wow. Huge C4. Once again, another hero play from Corvus Corpse to even out the man count. still got 1 minute left on the clock, though, so Reikai does have a little bit of time to play with. You've got the ace up on the board, you've got the thermite up on the board with the diffuser in hand. That is absolutely huge. Corvus does not, in fact, have the diffuser, but at this point, it's just guns up. They're going in guns blazing. They're trying to find out where those defenders are. That's going to be the mirror from behind, but a 90 taken! You! The 11 kill. 90 angle hallway. Wow. Corvus Corp shutting it down once again. Another hero play.
Jenna, what the freeze? Can you believe that? 2 rounds back to back. Mind you, it was a 2v5. This round was a 2v5. Corvus bringing it to a 2v2. I thought no, or a 2v4. I thought no way it's gonna end up going. I saw that C4 fly. I saw that C4 fly. Oh my God, Red Bull gives you wings. The C4 gives them wings. They're sent to the afterlife with 2v2. Corvus win that out. I cannot believe that. 2 rounds.
If there was one thing, if there was truly one thing I could wish, it would be to have Corvus's face cams. I really want to see their reactions to these rounds.
Oh my God, you're right.
That would be insane.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, like they gotta do that when it's like the final seconds of the round. You know what I mean? Like a round like that, having Corvus's face cams would have been dope, man. It would have been dope.
It would have been baller. Absolutely insane.
Oh wow.
Can we make it a requirement for all the players to have face cams? Can we make it
yeah, if y'all do not have it, like... No,
we're making it a requirement. We just got word from production. We're making it a requirement.
Thank you, Jenna! Thank you! Jenna and I are now going to be head of production. Mandatory
We're head of production now.
Doug
and I head of production. We're forcing the face cams.
We do not care if you guys are chopped. We gotta see this. That's what the...
We do not care if y'all are chopped. We do not care if y'all are cooked. Hop on that face cam or you die.
We're sending a sniper to your house. It's like Deller. Ban them all. Anyways, I'm so sorry. That's 2 rounds out now. It's gonna be the 3rd round. Corvus gonna have another hero play. I kind of wanted to just because it's so like, oh my God, this is the type of difference that I like to see on Clubhouse. Look at these crazy plays that make Clubhouse worth watching, make Clubhouse worth commentating on. Let's see how Reikai destroy another one of their rounds. Just kidding. I would hope that they're going to be able to do a little bit better this time around. The Bandit, unfortunately, is not really going to be able to get down. I mean, the targets will at the very least get them 1 down. This is about 1:40 remaining. That was a misstun fireball. Nice job, real LRK. Great job. Now you and Glaz are both about 20 HP, 30 HP.
Got about 120 left on the clock. No hard breaching done quite yet, which is okay though because we are on CCTV and cache, and that hard breach is so close to the objective itself. We've got a little bit of bandit tricking going on, although it won't be effective, and it's going to be killed in a 3v5 tear. Doc's going to pick up 1, and Marvel to pick up the next. Another kill from the side of Corvus. Corpse once again, it's a 3v2. Bottom and Hacker are the last 2 remaining players. You saw the head, Hacker, but you weren't able to capitalize on the kill. Do you even know where the Jaeger was sitting? It looks not. Hacker does have the diffuser in hand though, so it's gonna have to pick off this kill through the garage side if he wants to capitalize on this round, wants to win this round. You still got the ADSs up on the board, therefore the Zoglass aren't gonna go off. Bottom though is gonna pick off that kill last second from Marvel. And now it's a 2v2, but Blitz and Docs, they know exactly where the attack is coming from. So it is going to be a very, very close round, especially with that deployable cam. Got Hacker going in last second on the round. You still have the C4 up on the side of Mira, and Dox is going to pick off Hacker. That is the diffuser player off the board. Bottom tries to grab 1, but it won't even work. And there you have it. That's a 20-second meta gone wrong.
Yikes. A 3rd round, slipping through the fingers of Reikai. And I'm pretty sure they had the advantage again. mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So, not what you want to see. That's for sure. But hey, we move. Maybe we'll see an Azami ban, question mark, Mira ban, and a Hibana. So, one hard breach off the board, probably gonna go back down basement as they do. And so, Azami's already been banned. I'm crazy. Why did I think that the Azami was top rafters? It was a Jaeger. Guys, I've lost my mind. Anyways, Mira off the board, I like that ban. The Hibana, considering they're going down the basement too, I like that ban as well. We'll see how this round is going to continue out. Of course, they can just use the hard breach charges. I don't even really think that, actually, no, I'm pretty sure they did drop the hatch to plant the bomb and then just ended up getting annihilated somewhere in the corner. We'll see if Reikai, they had an amazing, initial push this round. When the Corvus was first defending this fight. 4v2 in Reikai's favor. Unfortunately, they lost it. And we'll see if they're going to be able to, a little bit of what's the word? What's the word, Jenna? Not retribution, because now I'm thinking retribution.
Revenge?
Not revenge. It's like, they get a retry. Almost like, anyways, it'll come to me when
Bianca, use your head! Use your head!
I'm trying so hard. Like Rachel. It just slipped through. Anyways, they will get a second chance. It's another word for a second chance. Reikai has a second chance to prove themselves. We'll see if they will be
trial. Retest.
No.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. Reikai Esports, they're down 3-0. So unfortunate because these rounds, again, have been so incredibly close. I would like to point out, though, not a single player from Corvus is going on an insane, absurd tear. I mean, you've got Marvel that's got 3 more kills, went on a crazy kill spree last round, but each of these players have pretty much proven their worth, with the exception of Blitz at this point on the kill feed. But I'm sure Blitz has done other things to prove their worth as a player. Regardless, these players have done insane work throughout the round. I mean, they have just done so much killing, so much fragging. It's already a 2v5 and it's a 1v5. Jesus, Reikai, you guys are insane. You're going off the board.
Here we go. This is the Reikai that we'd like to see. So, they were very close the first round, unfortunately lost. So it's going to be a 1v5, but Doc's going to be able to take down Mr. Real. He's the lone soldier. And one of the only times you'll ever see Goyo with a shotgun. I believe this is the shotgun. Now he's instead of the Vector. Very surprised. Anyways, there's a lot of time remaining on the board for Reikai to make a lot of work, especially considering the fact they still have 3 players on Doc. Post-plant situation is coming up before us, and so now we've got 45 seconds. You don't know, it takes you 7 seconds to bomb, but they won't even need to. We'll find Goyo to close out the round. Finally, Reikai, a lot stronger, an amazing round. Their first true, solid offensive.
It looks like the disadvantage this time around was a little bit too wide. The gap was a little bit too wide for Corvus to come back in a very unfortunate manner. Reikai, they did close out the round. Finally, they were able to close out the round. It was a 4v1. Huge for them. Hopefully they'll be able to use this as a stepping stone to get back some of that momentum that they might have lost. I'm glad that they're still keeping their minds in the game because they do have the obvious advantage, especially for those first picks, especially on a strategy level. Seems like Corvus Corp, they have just been able to get these insane plays off on the board, and they've been getting away with it. I mean, of course, they have been entirely See, now I'm forgetting words. Look what you did. Look what you did. They've been unpunished.
I smite you! Jenna, as you're talking, I'm trying to think of the word that I was forgetting still.
You've smited me. You've smited me. No, they've gone entirely unpunished, right? in the way that they have been able to get these sneaky plays, these risky plays off on the board and win out these rounds. I mean, fantastic as they are, but are they going to be able to keep up round and round and round again? Is Reikai going to allow themselves to be stepped over again and again and again? I mean, it wasn't apparent round 4, but who knows about round 5? We've already got a 5v4 situation. I believe this is one of the first times that Corvus Corp has gotten the first pick on the round. And it's going to be Ace off the board. That's a huge player coming off, especially on that top floor execute. Now you've only got Thermite as the main hard breacher for Reikai.
It's gonna be just about 2 minutes remaining. We'll see if Corvus can be able to maintain this lead. Reikai most definitely need a couple more rounds, you know, especially because of, you know, the bad rap I feel like they're getting. I feel like the score doesn't show truly the types of rounds that Reikai have had. Regardless, Love is gonna be taken down along with LK. And so, unfortunately, it's gonna be a 5v3. And it's not going to be in the favor of Reikai at all. So Corvus looking quite nice, especially because they've already got 3 rounds under their belt. 2 of them very, 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 very close. So we'll see how this push continues, as seems like already Rafters has been made, taken with Gera by Reikai.
Cover me.
They've now taken that space, and they're looking like they're planning to take space of Cash and CC as well.
Corvus Corp's having the early advantage in the round very well might spell out to Reikai here. I mean, Reikai has been able to fight their way through these rounds by having that immediate advantage, but what happens when they lose it, right? Is that momentum that they gain from it going to all go away? Or are they going to be able to adapt and overcome this player disadvantage? We've got about 45 seconds left on the clock. You've got Sledge and you've got Zoe up on the board. Do still have some stuns from Zoe. So that is good to have in the back pocket for Reikai. But you still have 5 players up on the board for Corvus, and now there's only 2 remaining for Reikai. Dox is going to pick off bottom from below. Beautiful, beautiful hatch play. And Zero and Hacker are the last 2 remaining players, but they're still outside. They're not really able to get much done here so far because the players from Corvus, they're playing it safe. They're playing it passive so far. Hacker's able to pick up 1 soldier, coming back with a kill and a double to shut out the round for Reikai.
Well, Corvus, amazing. Reikai finally taking a timeout. This is what they need, and I like that they're taking a timeout. They're taking time to talk, because I think at the very least 2 out of the 4 of the rounds that Corvus Corp have won, it might actually have been even 3 rounds that Corvus have won, have not been in their favor at the beginning of the round. I think that, you know, it was a lot of the time Reikai's mistakes that have really been the final factor as to why Corvus has 4 rounds instead of 2, potentially just 1. Reikai got to reevaluate, figure out where they're making these mistakes and how they're going to be able to, you know, fill in the gaps of where they're missing out.
This is not a Reikai that I am used to seeing, I feel. I mean, this team has the ability to stomp, right? This team has the ability to get these early advantages, get the momentum flowing, get the synergy flowing, and absolutely dominate. This is not what we're seeing from this team. I feel like
Defenders
Corvus has
protect
been
your
able to
bombs from
throw
being
them
defused by
off
attackers.
kilter consistently, not just because of their mechanical play, but they're putting out quite a lot of aggressive early picks. Also, they have just so much clutch plays. I mean, you just don't expect it. You don't expect that level of play from the defense like this. Reikai, I mean, they're letting it happen, right? There is this level of autonomy that they're having in their demise. You know, they do have to pick it up. They do have to get a little bit more taut on those
5 seconds
executes.
to go.
They cannot let Corvus take advantage of that. They have to be
Attackers
playing
must
on the
locate
basics,
and
right?
defuse the
Get
bomb.
on those flamethrowers, get on those gadgets. You know, you have to use all of your gadgets to the fullest extent. Maybe bring some different operators, switch things up a little bit. Do we need the Zoe? You know, do we need the Sentry? Do we need the Flores, for example, you know? What are the uses for these operators, and can we shake it up a little bit, get a little bit more creative, and perhaps finally get that advantage that we need and push it into a 4-2 split by the time we hit our defense round. That's definitely optimal for a map like Clubhouse. Let's see what Reikai has to offer at this little tech timeout.
Hopefully Reikai will offer us a little bit more. This is going to be the last round before Split, and I don't think they want to leave Split at a cool 5-1. I wouldn't. So hopefully Reikai are able to finally lock in. You know, the one round they did amazing. The one round that they have under their belt, amazing. And like I said, even the rounds that they don't have, they did amazing. They just, you know, fell through a little bit late in the round. Love is going to take down Dots. It's going to be a 4v5. Are Reikai going to be able to maintain this? Or Corvus going to come back? We will see. That CC and Cash hold again. We're going to have the dagger up on rafters. And as they just swapped over to Impulse, I was going to say, it seems like everybody is basically in sight apart from Impulse. He's going to be downstairs on that first floor, lurking around like a sneaky little booger. If Reikai are going to get caught off guard, or if they're going to maintain this lead and hopefully win out this round, as we have just about a minute remaining.
3v5. It's like Corvus Corpse is slowly but surely going down to the hands of Reikai. Got bottom coming in with the Zoe, proning on the ground, trying to look for the feetsies of Castle. Not quite able to find anything just yet. I mean, if you're putting that AR versus a UMP, we all know what guns win. So, Soldier is going to pick off one. That's Love going off the board, and all at once Reikai just to sweep the board, playing in on the objective for a beautiful TDM on our 4-2 split. We're going on roll swap, baby. And
not bad.
I'm gonna work up a little statistic for you, Bianca. Give me about 3 seconds, okay?
Tell me, Queen.
All right.
She's pulling up the Google Docs. She's pulling up the Excel.
All right. Give me just a second. Give me just a second.
We're giving you all the time in the world, babe. While we're giving you a second, you can take a look at the bands. Aid and BB looking a little bit the same as what had happened for the first initial bands. The Aid and the BB coming out hot. Let's see if it's going to be a Monty and a Zombie next. Be a little bit. I was saying, Clubhouse, they always got the same bands. If it's the same, I'm going to lose it. All right. Monty is the same, but instead, we're going to have the Bandit that is going to get banned instead of the Azami. Azami is going to be on the board, which could spell a little bit of trouble for the boys on Corvus. I feel like getting rid of the Bandit instead of the Azami first is, I don't want to say it's a stupid move, but I feel
Attackers
like
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And they're going CC and Cash first. That's a little bit unheard of. And are we back with that statistic?
We are back with that statistic, all right? Can you guess, out of 6 rounds, what the conversion rate was? So how many out of the 6 rounds did the first pick result in the round win?
First pick to round conversion, my favorite stat!
Yeah. Can you guess?
10 seconds.
Honestly,
So out of 6 rounds,
that Corvus has gotten picked first so many rounds,
5 seconds
the
left
last
before
quarter of their
it's
belt, like, I'm gonna say it's gotta be like a 30%.
It's 4 out of 6, which is a 67%. Can you believe
shit.
that?
Oh, freeze! Sorry, I didn't mean to cut there. My bad.
67%. Can you believe that?
I don't even. What? So Corvus is
Considering how these rounds have went, that's kind of like that's kind of insane.
Maybe I'm just not. game is such a
4 out of 6 rounds. That is a lot more than I would have expected.
I would have thought 2 out of 6.
I would have thought 2 out of 6 too. I would have thought maybe 1 out of 6, 2 out of 6, but no, it was 4 out of 6. So I guess it seems to be that first picks have a lot more momentum on the round, have a lot more weight on the round than previously imagined.
Mind you, though, before that last round, the statistic. Oh no, it wasn't. No, it was a. Oh no, it was a 3 out of 5. So that was still over 50%. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been 3 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. That's insane.
Yes, it still would have been over half.
Crazy. Holy fresh. And a PG.
Holy fresh.
That's my new favorite thing to say. What the fresh? Because my cat's name is Jeesh. Jeeshbean. I love saying, what the fresh? Because I always be like, Jeesh. So now I say fresh. Anyways, I don't really know what I'm getting at. A minute and a half remaining in the round. Corvus gonna be their first offense, and Reikai is gonna be their first defense. See how Corvus take the stage as they're going to be on the offensive. I'm interested in this castle setup. I'm kind of loving this a little bit. A little bit of pressure is gonna be coming in from the bar side. So, fortunately, it's going to be Scopo's gonna get taken out first. Mr. Bottom went out, and Reikai now with a man deficit with a minute remaining in the round. Not looking too good, and seems like Corvus are really good at time management and pushing in where they need to, and managing their time. I like that.
I like this too. I like the Aurora on the board. Aurora? You know what?
Aurora.
Try. I like this op on the board. Okay. We saw how it played last map. We saw how it played.
Reloading.
I honestly loved it on Chalet. I really have high hopes for it this time around. Got a 5v3 though, coming up. Zani's off the board now, Love. Hacker's gonna pick up 1 in retaliation. That's the 7-4 off the board for you. Hacker with another amazing headshot on Dox, who was repelling, by the way. Huge. Soldier's gonna get that defuse off still, yet with the mirror left up on the board. Triple kill from Marvel. That's going to be a headshot onto 0. 417 coming in huge and clutch. Still a 2v3. Real's going to be down here in Marvel to pick up another kill. That's a quad for the man. But Soldier is going to stop that ace from happening. And you've got the Thermite coming in for the final kill of the round. Pressure was high. And the team with the defuse, the team with the most, 1 and out. That's Corvus Corpse, baby.
There you go. Now they're also 1 round away from bringing it to match point. See if Reikai, they decide they're going to go to the basement. That's CC and Cash. Typically CC and Cash, I think it's a lot easier to attack than it is to defend, which is why a lot of teams opt to use that as the third and final map for the rotation of site. Or the third and final site out of the rotation, if it even gets to that point. Typically, you either see gym, arsenal. You'll see, the basement. You'll see the gym and bedroom, and then CC and Cash, or obviously gym and bedroom, CC and Cash, and then CC and Cash. Anyways, gym and bedroom, then the basement, and then CC and Cash. Bold move, and I think I mentioned it. Bold move to go CC and Cash first. Reikai did it. Didn't work out in their favor. We're going down to the basement, but a potential bit of help on the top floor hold. We're gonna have Real and Hacker all the way upstairs along with Bottom. When it's a basement hold, what are we planning here? Maybe a little bit of that. I know there's angles to watch the kitchen from Logi, but 3 people upstairs? Is this necessary?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it's necessary. It's beautiful, even. You don't see the big brain. You don't see the
3 people upstairs. Luckily now it's only 2 people upstairs. I can get behind that, but I was gonna say 3. Mind you, okay, but that's SSG. That's SSG. Mind you, there was only 1 person in sight. It was the goalie. That was it.
So that's not real SSG. I don't know what they're doing. You know what? Roll with it. It's
Whoa.
they got
Corvus
something
rolling
going
over
on.
the
They got
brain.
something working.
He just died.
They got something working in their brain. I don't know what it is, but you know what?
Scanning for electronics.
Freak yeah.
Not working out right now because
Yeah.
Scopos
Yeah.
is dead. Strip side Scopos is dead. Okay? And, I mean, that was an early pick. We got a minute 40 and, you know, there's still a lot of time to, you know, start doing a lot of things. At the very least, nobody's up on that top floor anymore. Somebody died and now everybody's, you know, starting to get closer to the site. Good. They need that. Because I don't know what that top floor was, but
I mean, I think Reikai
it
just
seemed like it was
tried to
very
pull a
much
fast one.
fruit.
Loading new magazine.
Yeah, Reikai just obviously tried to pull a fast one. They tried to get those early picks, but it just wasn't working for them. They got picked off immediately with that Scopos. Corvus saw right through that. I mean, Corvus, they just have the superior mechanical play on Reikai. And they've been very, very dominant on their attack round so far with those first picks. And with that statistic, I mean, running back to the 67%, probably higher now, we know that first pick holds a lot of weight for how the attack plays out. Also important for how the defense plays out too. And it looks like Reikai, they're losing their mental a little bit here, right? It's a 5-2. Not looking good for them. Even though they are on their defense rounds, they still have to get taught on those defenses, right? They gotta get smarter. Why did they have people upstairs without the castle? I don't know. Hacker's gonna pick off one though. That's the Legion. Find one. Already got a 4v3 going on the board. Looks like Marvel's gonna be out of commission. Huge player for Corvus so far. IQ as well.
And actually 10 seconds remaining in the round. I didn't even realize time is flying by. And a 2-piece with a C4 to close it. Was that a 3-piece or a 2-piece? I think it was a 2-piece.
I think that was a 3.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, that was a beautiful round. The boys on Reikai. A great way to bring it back. Such little time. Corvus Corp last round when they were attacking. Amazing time management. They were already in con with still a minute remaining on the board. It was great as they're pushing him through CC. Amazing. I don't know where the time management went this round, but I mean, they did get the first pick, I believe. So I feel like they didn't really need to wait around for so long. But maybe it just goes to show how much easier it is to push through CC and Cash as an attacker versus any other site. Now Reikai decided to go to Gym and Bedroom, which would be the next typical. You want to avoid CC and Cash at all costs unless you absolutely have to go there.
Wall reinforced. Think of the magnet as your lucky charm. Perimeter defense.
Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. Hacker. Kills on the board so far. Same thing for Marvel as well. We've definitely gotten some big hitters so far in this game. Also got some bottom fraggers. I see you, Blitz. I see you, Impulse. I mean, considering the fact that Corvus is on top right now, I would expect a more considerable gap in their kill feed. Especially because a lot of their rounds have been from winning these clutch plays. Specifically from Marvel's end. So, nothing too unexpected there.
Time to make a new door.
Yeah, nothing too unexpected either from the player lineup too. Everything's pretty standard. Got some movement in the round so far. Ace has already opened up that CCTV wall. Looks to be making a rotate around. Zoe's gonna be going in from below. Try to be playing for the player below. Doc's gonna pick that one off real on the death feed so far. Huge play from Zoe. Very aggressive with what Corvus exactly needs in this round. Impulse gonna be taking some hits. Meanwhile, Soldier's picking off love from the side. And now you've got a 5v3 all of a sudden. This isn't looking so hot for Reikai. They definitely are gonna have to even out this player count very soon. Looks like you've got Bottom though, pinched in a very unfortunate spot in that little master bedroom corner. Was he able to get out? quite see. I think he was.
Enemy spotted. Second floor.
Well, I think Corvus are doing a lot better of a job managing it, and now the fact that they have a 2-man advantage, looking a lot better in their favor. As for Reikai, I'm sure that they want to avoid losing any rounds at all costs, especially because
I got you!
this will push Corvus into match point, which is the last thing that you want to do. See how this is going to bode for them. Corvus taking a little bit of time. Everybody's going to be outside except for one person, Mr. Dog. He's going to be on the first floor. We'll see how he decides to make his way through. As for the boys on Reikai, everybody's in sight on that second floor. Essentially, everybody can just kind of make their way in through the building and slowly but surely start to make their way through, which is what they should be doing now. Under half a minute remaining, and I mean, you got to start picking up the pace, because if y'all all flock through one entrance, you're just gonna get shut down. And I'm a little bit scared because it's a 5v3 and everybody is planning to just walk through one window. Are we serious? There's a C4 on the board, mind you. Hackers got C4. Okay, fine. There you go, Hackers. Gonna be dead. That's your C4 gone. Post-plant situation coming up soon, but it doesn't even need it. Corvus. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared. Everybody flooding in through one window. It looked like I was like, is this really about to happen?
I mean, it was a sincerely, oh my god, I stumbled over my words. It was a sincerely miscalculated and mismanaged defense from Reikai. This we know, right? Like you said, they had the utility. They could have played from below. They chose not to play from below. They could have had somebody play through the hatch from below. Possibly that Mira. They could have had intel on site and played it more passive, like they had been that entire time. Try to keep their numbers. I feel like their pacing and their timing was very, very, very wrong all throughout that round. Reikai. They just weren't able to play with one another in the correct ways. They weren't able to trade with one another, synergize with one another. On top of that, they weren't able to get the jump on Corvus. It looks like they didn't really have great intel going on. They didn't really... They were kind of in a haze, right? They didn't really know what to do there, so they kind of just stuck back. They were realistically sitting ducks the entire round. That's not what you want to have when it is a 5v3. You have to start putting your foot down. You have to say, okay, we need to get more picks. We need to be evening out this man count. That's exactly what Corvus had done on countless defense rounds, and that is how they were able to pull it back. Reikai, now in this back against the wall position, has to start doing that a little bit more. They have to be more assertive in their defenses. Otherwise, they are just going to let Corvus walk all over them consistently, and it's going to end up being 7-3.
Well, it's looking like it, as Corvus only need one round. Reikai are going to have to do absolutely everything in their power to win these next 3 rounds flawlessly. A position, this is the last position that you want to be in. I mean, the only thing worse than 6-3 is 6-0. So,
Stop worrying about grenades.
no, well, 6-2, 6-1. Anyways, doesn't matter. At least it's not 6-0. We'll see how this round is going to go for them. I like the strategy happening. Whoop. Okay, well, I also like that strategy. Love taking down Soldier. That is the hard breach. That is massive. I like the setup that's happening. You know, the boys on Corvus decided not, or on Corvus decided not to ban these zombies. Utilize should, and you know, having Love run out to catch Soldier, amazing, great. And wow, guys, getting that lickle pick off of bottom as he's trying to transfer. Amazing pick. 2 minutes remaining in the round, and we've got Scopos down. And we've got Thermite gone. I feel like the trade for the Thermite and the Scopos, Corvus definitely lost out a lot more than the boys on Reikai in a 3v4, as Love is going to find a second.
Breach charge set.
Good thing the Capitao has the hard breach charge, saving the round. Just saving the round. That's all I'm gonna say. Capitao, thank God, you know, able to save the round with your beautiful 1 and 6. He's doing something for the team, okay? He's doing something. Poor Blitz. He's been catching strays from me this whole game. I love you. I love you. Trust, I love you.
I love you too, Blitz.
I love you. Yeah, we both love you.
Even if you're catching bear strays.
Even if you're catching strays.
I be shooting stuff at every type of player, but at the end of the day, they're 20 times better than me, Jenna. You know that too.
Yeah. They're all better than me too. You know what? We gotta put that out there. They're better than they're all better than both of us. Anyways, it's 3v4. It's now 3v3. Blitz finally picking up the kills on the board. That's love off the board. That's your Azami. Player with the most. You've got the castle, you've got the Jaeger, you've got the smoke up on the board. Smoke is a huge player, especially with those 2 smokes remaining, and only a few entryways for the attack to funnel in from at this point. Corvus, they're going to be trying that slant. You still have the smokes, you still have the firebolts, but they're not going to be used. Hacker's going to get that kill on Blitz from the smokes. Zero is also going to pick up one in the meantime, and defenders all at once from Reikai are going to pick off the round. Very, very close from the side of Reikai. And Corvus, ever so slightly mismanaged utility. They just weren't able to capitalize.
Well, Reikai, 1 round closer to bringing it to OT. They need it. We'll see if they're going to get it. Church is where we're going to be going next. The basement. I'm surprised that a Valk hasn't been used. I love playing Valk on basement specifically, especially for little cheeky C4 plays, but maybe PC is like a different kind of field. Maybe they don't care so much for their pre-placed C4s or like the, good C4 setups, like, good Valk placements for good C4 lineups. Anyways, doesn't matter. Another thing that I'm surprised about is no mirror ban, actually. That would have been a good ban to have, but it doesn't matter. See how this basement floor is going to go for Corvus, as they still need 1 round. As for Reikai, that last round, great, amazing. Let's keep that momentum from the last round and move it onto this round so that we can continue to go until we face OT. And then hopefully Reikai will be able to pick themselves back up, because I think the first couple rounds that they lost were not a true show of their actual, coordination and power together.
I have always gone by the rule that it should take the attack and the defense at least 2 to 3 rounds, especially 3 rounds.
Reinforcing the floor.
4 to get to learn the opponent, right? I've always lived by that rule. We know the procasters have always said it, and it just makes complete and total sense, because as players, people who have played this game, we know that, especially in comp games, you don't know how a team is going to act outside of that first round. The first round, they could pull a fast one. The first round, they could do a rush. They could do absolutely anything. What really matters is how they follow it up. What really matters is how we're going to read them post first round, post second round, and what we're going to do to counteract that, right? This game is all about adaptations and all about counters, right? Reikai, they just haven't been able to get ahead of the ball on that. Corvus Corpse, I mean, they got the mechanical drop on Reikai consistently, right? They've been having those first picks consistently. That's really been carrying them hugely in this game so far. For Reikai, they are on their defensive round, so if there is a moment for them to pull it back, it's gonna have to be now. So far, though, 1:30 left on the clock, just about. Fuse making his way down those back blue stairs. Not too much else going on. We got some soft breaching.
Trying to get a little bit of that vert action happening. And Corvus, on the final stretch, the fuses are going to start to come out, maybe pushing the defenders into awkward positions to get potentially picked off from above. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like the fuse charges are really going to be scaring anybody at all. Reikai, now with these final minute into the round, are going to have to hold down this fortress. Everybody is bunkered down into sight, just waiting for the hell to ensue. We start to see Real is going to get taken out first. Unfortunate. It's going to be by Mr. Duck. He's actually going to be dropping double digits along with Hacker, both 11 picks. Trying as hard as they can for their team. Now in the final moment, the ensuing hatch drop is going to start to happen. Fortunately, missed impact grenade. Or impact to try and get rid of that heartbeat charge, and now remaining. It'll be a little bit hard for the boys on Reikai, especially being down 1 player. Ying Bomb's trying to come out. Not sure if the fuse is going to be doing much. He is outside right now. probably making his way in through maybe the, oh no, he's going in through kitchen. Maybe he's gonna be going in through dirt, but no. Doesn't seem like that's the case. 44 though. 50 seconds down, this is a 10-second meta. I guess Clubhouse just loves this, and with the shield, was that a shield on his back? Yes it is. It's gonna be a lot harder for the boys on Reikai to stop this plant. Do they realize that the plant is going down? It's a 3v3, negative 2v2 though. They kill the plant on the 2v1. Corvus still have that man advantage. Be up to Mr. Hero. The 1v2. Post plant now 30 seconds. Very winnable. He's able to take it down one. The pressure is on. He's playing ring around the rolls behind this Asami. Unfortunately, that charge table not gonna do him too much help. Corvus, who I've never heard of this team, none of these players, and has no diss. I've never heard of any of them, but they've got great. Oh my god, I'm very close to my camera, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit blind. Anyways, I've never heard of them. And that's no diss, like I said. I've never heard of their players, but they put on a spectacular performance. And I will say, I think that if Reikai had won the rounds that they should have won, it could have been so much. Reikai, a good team, they're familiar with, I think that's the true reason. There's no diss, but I think the true reason why really winning tonight was they capitalized on the mistakes that they made, especially at the beginning of this map.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's very clear the things that Reikai needs to be working on at this point. This is going to be great VOD review for them. And don't get us wrong, I mean, they have so much more potential left in this season. They have so many more opponents that they're going to be facing. This is certainly not the end for them. But it's a great start, right? It's a great stepping stone for them to be like, hey, okay, we need to fix our issues. We need to be working on our play together. We need to be getting down those basics, and we have to get better at Clubhouse as a team. It was a really difficult game against Corvus. It would have been a difficult game for any team against Corvus. I mean, that team was insane mechanically. Yes, they were insane. But also, Reikai did make a lot of unforced errors, which Corvus was able to take advantage of multiple times over and over and over again. I have to wonder what it would be like if a well-polished team were to play against Corvus, what the scoreline would look like on a map like Clubhouse. Because Reikai, they were able to get away with, like you said, a lot of cheeky things happening throughout these rounds, throughout their defense round specifically, which you wouldn't particularly expect. You would expect them to have a very taut, well thought out defense, but they were very fluid with it, right?
Corvus.
They were very dynamic with the way that they played. Yes, Corvus. Corvus was very dynamic with the way that they played. Therefore, I think if they played against a team that was very strict with the basics and was very well polished, well synergized, they knew the pacing well, it would be a very different result.
100%.
But I'm looking forward to see their growth and how they get better strategically as a team, and also even better mechanically. I mean, they're already insane. I'm excited to see them hit new heights. Of course, GG's to both teams. Reikai, you played your heart out, you tried your best, and great game to Corvus.
Absolutely, and like you said, Corvus got away with a lot of cheeky things. Like I said, I think that Corvus did play amazing, but I do think that a big part of this was just some errors that Reikai didn't need to make. You know, those potential rounds that were very much in their favor just didn't end up going to their favor. And kudos to Corvus for being able to capitalize on mistakes, because that's also the part of the game. You got to be able to capitalize on, you know, the small mistakes that your enemy makes, because in turn that will flip up an entire round. And Corvus is an amazing example. They have that clutch factor about them. They're great under pressure. They're like a diamond. Maybe that's the best way to describe Corvus, is they are diamonds. Under pressure, they play amazing, and I like that. And I've got to say the same thing. I'm excited to see them continue, and I want to see more games, you know, with potential rounds. Like, those are the best rounds. The rounds that, you know, absolutely get flipped on their head. I think Corvus was kind of the underdog team coming into this, as Reikai, I feel like, is a lot more established than Corvus. Again, no diss to Corvus. It was an amazing game to watch, honestly, but congratulations to them nonetheless for being able to beat an established team, whether or not it was cheeky and, you know, maybe fluke. But regardless, a win is a win, and congratulations to Corvus for that win itself. I want to see face cams next time. I want to see that. I want to see the reactions of winning those rounds. We don't care how chopped you are. Come on.
Let's see those face cams, boys. Let's see those face cams. Come on.
Anyways, Reikai, thank you. Don't kill me. I just choked on my saliva. This was killing me. Oh my god, I feel like that ant meme with like the thing with the little sack over its shoulder asking him for the face cam. I just want to see your reaction. But anyways, because if y'all saw my reaction, like I'm watching the game like this. I got my entire head on the screen watching. Anyways,
You got your head like
valiant
launched in the
effort.
face cam.
Bro, did you not see? Like I was like this. Oh my god. Anyways, Reikai, valiant effort. Corvus, congratulations. I don't think there's gonna be another game tonight. So I don't think so, right? Hilo? Question mark. No other game tonight.
No more games.
Here we go. So we're gonna be leaving you guys on this beautiful Monday evening. Okay. We are gonna be back tomorrow. I believe it's gonna be me and Jenna back tomorrow. I think. Question mark. Should be, as long as I don't die in a car crash or something tragic happens, we will be back tomorrow. So, see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching the first game, and if you were here for the first game, thank you for watching the second game. Thank you to everybody that was watching both games, or if you only watched one, it doesn't matter. Anyways, on behalf of all the staff at AEL, me and Jenna, production, everybody here tonight, thank you so much for being a part of the team and being a part of Day 1, Season 3 of AEL. We will be back tomorrow for more games. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Retribution! Verticamus!
We were forged beneath the fire, names erased but never tarred. From defeat we carve our fate. Retribution will not wait.
Silent shadows, voices loud. No more silence, hear us now. Raise the banners, seal the breach. We reclaim what lies in
Fallen friends and shattered ground echoes through each round and round. Tears to steal and fear to